Hello, fight fans. Thanks for joining us at MMA Insider. Before we get rolling with today's news, show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing. Now let's uncover the latest happenings in MMA. Starting off, Sean O'Malley weighs in on a potential super fight between Leon Edwards and Islam Makhachev. Next, Jake Paul accepts Sean O'Malley's offer to save UFC 303. Lastly, Chael Sonnen thinks if Conor McGregor doesn't fight at UFC 303, he won't fight at all. Sean O'Malley and his head coach Tim Welch have given their thoughts on a Leon Edwards versus Islam Makhachev super fight. Next month at UFC 304, Leon Edwards will defend the UFC welterweight championship against Belal Muhammad. If he can get through that challenge, there's an excellent chance he'll wind up battling Islam Makhachev in his next outing. The UFC lightweight king called for a shot at the 170-pound belt after his recent triumph over Dustin. Of course, there are plenty of variables to consider here. In his last 3 fights, we've seen Edwards go up against wrestle-heavy fighters, and he's been able to go 3-0 in those fights. In the eyes of Sean O'Malley and Tim Welch, Makhachev faces an uphill battle if he wants to overcome Edwards and become a 2-weight world champion. Hear what they said: Edwards is a solid and he knows how to punch at his range, and clearly he can shut down takedowns. Very good versus Usman. In that match, I'm picking Leon by decision. To be honest, I do think Leon beats Islam. 155 to 170 is a big jump. It's not 10 pounds, it's 15. The size advantage could prove to be one of the biggest determining factors for Leon in a contest like this. Alas, while it's exciting to think about what may or may not happen, we also have to respect the fact that Belal Muhammad awaits the champ in Manchester. If he can get through that, then perhaps we can begin to look ahead to this potential super fight. Is there a good chance we will see Leon Edwards versus Islam Makhachev if the former can get through Belal Muhammad? Jake Paul has accepted Sean O'Malley's offer to save UFC 303 by taking on the UFC bantamweight champion. As we know, the current status of the UFC 303 main event is uncertain. Conor McGregor is scheduled to take on Michael Chandler, but recent reports suggest that it may not happen. While we don't know exactly why that is, the popular opinion is that Conor McGregor has picked up some kind of injury. Whatever the case may be, the promotion has understandably been looking for backups. In a recent tweet, Sean O'Malley came up with a wild suggestion for him to take on Jake Paul. As you can imagine, Jake Paul was quick to respond to that particular challenge. I'll fight Jake Paul to save UFC 303. MMA fight before Tyson. 100% will kill O'Malley in MMA. He's a small man. PFL versus UFC June 29th. In our view, there's absolutely no way that this fight happens at UFC 303, or any other UFC event for that matter. When it comes to Jake Paul, we've all come to learn that Dana White isn't the biggest fan. As for O'Malley, he has a different challenge awaiting him in the form of Merab Dvalishvili later this year. UFC 303 has the potential to be an absolutely incredible event. Alas, a lot of that relies on whether or not McGregor will be healthy enough to compete. Hopefully, for the sake of MMA fans around the world, he'll be able to put on a show with Michael Chandler on June 29th. Would you be interested in seeing Sean O'Malley versus Jake Paul in any kind of format? Chael Sonnen thinks if Conor McGregor doesn't fight at UFC 303, he won't fight at all. Rumors are swirling that McGregor's return fight versus Michael Chandler in June 29 at T-Mobile Arena is in jeopardy due to a potential injury from McGregor's side. If the rumors are indeed true, and McGregor doesn't make the walk later this month, Sonnen thinks that will be it for McGregor. Here is what he said. If Conor McGregor doesn't show up for this, I'm here to let you know any idea you have that he's still fighting, or he's still in the business, or he wasn't feeling good and they're doing it another day, or he and Chandler are going to be somewhere down the road. I'm here to let you know now. If you're told that by anybody, you have been given bad information. If McGregor does not show up on June 29th and fight Michael Chandler at 170 pounds, it is the exact same as announcing Conor McGregor's retirement from the sport. McGregor has never withdrawn from a fight. He issued an apology for the cancellation of the UFC 303 pre-fight press conference, which was scheduled for June 3rd at 3 Arena in Dublin. He was set to return for the first time since breaking his leg in a TKO loss to Dustin Poirier in July 2021. What do you think about these comments? Will Conor McGregor retire? Share your opinion. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Your dedication and support fuel our passion to bring you the latest and greatest in the MMA world. If you enjoyed today's news, please give us a thumbs up and share it with fellow MMA MMA fans. Remember to subscribe to stay in the loop with daily MMA updates. We've got a lot of exciting news, interviews, and analysis coming your way every single day. Your engagement helps us grow and serve the MMA community even better. Once again, thank you for being an integral part of our daily MMA journey.